not so great matchup for when you're dropping the tombstone and things of that nature. What I do see with the
And
Earthshaker is
silencer,
actually,
by the way, as well. Like it's not easy to
yes,
spam decay into a silencer lane.
no, definitely not. And what I'm seeing from Yamich, what I wanted to have a quick look at is what his item build was going to be. He's just got the windlace, not the boots, but I guess one of the things with the position 4 Shaker, if you're not going up against a support with a stun, is that you can pull the wave. So I think if he is going to be prioritizing those moves towards the mid lane to be
Hmm.
able to help out, try and kill the Shadow Fiend, at least he can double up the wave for the Undying to be able to have a pretty good time in the lane, but like you've been saying, the Undying wants to dominate the lane, not just sit back and farm and let Dusa get her own farm as well.
Hmm. One extra thing as well from MOUZ, now that we are all in the MOUZ hate train for some reason. Nah, jokes aside, of course. I feel like they have a very solid draft, but if it was a core shaker, like I could see it have some issues with jumping in first, you know. And now that it's a support shaker, I don't mind sacrificing him for just jumping in, echoing, fissuring, you know. So I kind of like that aspect of transitioning this shaker into a 4, because they don't really have any other stun like split turret. It just isn't it.
Yeah, just baiting the global silence as well, potentially. I mean, it takes away a lot of their save potential too, that global. You know, you have a look at these supports. Pugna with the decrep and the global silence, sorry, and the life drain, the Shaker with a Fissure just to be able to stop the initiation coming through. Makes it a little bit more challenging for sure.
Hmm. Damn, Celery took a lot of damage already. I gotta be careful. He does have 6 tangos at least, so should be fine. Fissure blocking the other side.
A lot of armor to be able to play around with on that Pugna, so Little Shredder is going to be incredibly impactful against that. And I'm expecting to see a lot of bullying happen from both sides on this top lane, right? Like Pugna, one of the better laners at just being able to be fast as
Hmm.
hell and just Nether Blast constantly. Of course, Snapfire, particularly against this matchup, is going to be providing a lot of bullying himself. I guess Abaddon's kind of acting like a bit of a support for the Pugna in this lane because the Pugna's the one that's going to be trying to dominate the lane as much as possible. Look how far forward Celery is.
Yeah, I like this. Uh, a lot of supports don't realize just how upfront they can be in certain lanes,
Saber
and
might die here. What
eh,
missed?
I think Pugna is in maybe a bit too deep, but this hero is so damn speedy. 330 without boots should be fine to get out.
Mm-hmm. And we
Yeah.
are seeing that pulling happen on the bottom side of the map, so Yamich ends up blocking up the small camp. He's going to pull this one back, or the boom. A little bit of danger here.
Yeah,
He's
the
starting
good.
to tick out to that blood grenade, but he'll be fine.
It's cool
Oh,
that
they
he started with Glaives of Wisdom. By the way, this is something that you don't see too often, but into tanky heroes, like if you're playing a silencer, um, it's really nice to go for Glaives, like versus basically any of the big tanks. He might die though.
is Janta going to be okay? No. That's a pretty big deal because he was out of regen on Boom. He's got maybe a little bit coming on the courier. It's just a healing salve, but nothing in the form of mana. So he's going to be wanting to try continuously spam a few more of these abilities. He's certainly going to need it, and that Null Talisman that he's been able to finish up is going to help a little bit in that sense, but not that much, you would say as well.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Top lane, spear misses, and yeah. I mean, so far from AVULUS, truly these have been like two mistakes from two heroes on two sides.
Mm-hmm.
A bit over aggressive on top lane, and on bot lane, Silencer taking a bit too much time to D-ward, which cost him his life. So the lane's going maybe a bit better for MOUZ than they anticipated, and Silencer should be careful here.
Should indeed. He's going to be walking around that Lotus Pool. Nice little combo together there with Smiling Knight, dropping the Venomous Volley to be able to stop the death. Is going to give him a lot more survivability, so Janta can continue to just be this constant source of pressure against two heroes that really can't do too much about him unless, like we've been saying, gets incredibly aggressive.
Also, one extra thing. Lush is doing absolutely fine versus SF mid lane. Like he's 17 last, it's 9 denies. Actually, kind of crushing it. My read on this particular matchup was way off, it seems like. So As it usually is the case, when you last pick something into a hero, like you're doing that not to get wrecked. It does
Yeah.
make sense.
And mid one, people, say a lot about him, giving him nicknames, I'm done, whatever you want to call it, but he's an incredibly skilled player individually. So, he's going to make the most out of this lane. It's just about having the right voice, I suppose, that he respects and listens to that's going to really make this lineup gel, and can't ask for too much more than someone like Celery, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's had a lot of impact when he stood in the last couple of Alahias, as offlane or mid lane. Like he did so damn much that it's crazy. So I think he's still very skilled. It was just a matter of time for him to come back into a tier 1 scene. Shaker, by the way, making that rotation on the mid lane. Maybe top lane might have see a kill, but Shaker definitely is mid, and SF should die here. Yeah.
Well, indeed, up top there was a little bit of pressure, and once again, like, the thing with Celery is he's not really worried about the defensive side of things. He knows that his offensive potential is just so huge with those 2 points in the Nether Blast, and even just dropping down the Nether Ward as well means that, AVULUS can't really do anything to try and turn things around and get some damage going back the other way. The way Saberlight died previously was he tried to spear and the Nether Ward killed him.
There's just too much damage from the Pugna and sustain from the Abaddon. Like that, his forte is the laning stage. Abba is just very strong.
Taking a lot of damage here though.
Is
he
that?
should probably die from this. Yep. Just getting a little bit too deep, but I mean, look at what it cost them, right? It cost them all 3 abilities from the Snapfire, so he doesn't have any mana now. Cost him a Blood Grenade and a Spear from Saberlight, just to kill a position 5 that, by the way, didn't have the Abaddon there with him for the Aphotic Shield. So it's just how tanky and annoying this position 5 can be.
Yep. Shaker is mid again, but this time around the ward scouts. Nice little Chanter ward next to Rosh Pit. Just making sure that SF doesn't fall again. How are...
Even if they're not going to get a kill though, right? It's protection for the 6-minute power rune. Both supports showing up for this one, ensuring that mid one is going to be the one that gets it.
Eki.
Maybe able to get this kill on Eki. They don't have the decrep, so won't be slowed down enough.
They still are going, maybe on SF instead, if they wrap around completely.
Very defenseless. I mean, they've got Janta here at least, but is he going to be able to do all that much?
Fissure.
Probably not.
They might kill both of them. If he's fast enough, Arcane Curse is going to run out, so nah, he's not going to go for it.
Fissure just off the mark. Otherwise, yeah, they would have been 2. They were able to get in response to that. So really nice early play coming through from MOUZ. This is exactly what I was hoping that they would be able to get done, right? Also switching the Leshrac to be mid instead of that position 4 that we were initially theorizing about. You are a lot more of an active player as well. An active hero, that is. So you can see he's already making these deep movements. That is a dead Snapfire. Nothing he can do about it with a Diabolic Edict chasing him down.
They're just playing them. Like, this early game is completely in MOUZ's favor. Like, the rotations were good, the laning stage itself was good, and it kind of trickled down. It's really hard to play the game when you're constantly out of resources on supports. You know, like a Snap using all her spells on top lane and then not going base is maybe an issue because it leaves SF also open to getting wrecked. And, just gotta...
What's happening with Dusa down here, by the way? Shaker's made his rotation back down and they're going to drop the Tombstone for him. Doesn't have the point in the Stone Gaze. Still survive with the
Is no one helping? No one helping?
Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Eventually help's coming, but it's way too late.
I mean, yeah. This is one of those situations where you are truly mad if you're a position 1 and this happens. Like, they had TPs. Exactly. Their team.
Surely. But then he just instant respawns. Straight back to the lane. No worries at all. Objective complete. Got the Dusa. Gets a full refill of his mana pool as well, which I'm sure is exactly what he was wanting anyway. And they're going to get themselves a kill onto the Snapfire probably as well. Nice little dodge there by Celery.
Nope.
Will end up dying.
Maybe another kill on
There are
Undying.
4 AVULUS heroes down here.
Let's just hear. Nice spear. Nice spear saves them, but doesn't save Eki on the side. Like, he tried to run away the different direction. Overall, not too terrible, because Silencer got a couple of brain drains, but nothing really to write home about.
The happiest one in all of this is Crystallis. Like,
Yep.
he is just up here on his own doing whatever he wants, basically. No one has a TP except for the Shadow Fiend. Janja's going to TP into this lane, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to chase him down.
He has...
He's just hoping that the creep wave stayed so that he can keep hitting it with that siege creep.
Yeah, he's got only Nolan phases, so a bit more difficult to be that standard ABBA that runs you down, but it's possible for sure. Silencer is defenseless, kinda.
A bit of a move on to Crystallis, but he's in no danger at this point. Still hasn't put the point into the borrowed time, so would have been able to get away regardless.
Yeah, they're winning basically all 3
Every
lanes.
lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Medusa has good
Saber's
farm,
net worth.
but
Oof.
yeah. Mid lane.
Oh. Desperate for a kill here.
It's a nice move from Yamich to try and block it off. Like, he read that the move was coming. It wasn't too successful with the fissure, but also the arena is used now for a position 5. This kind of opens the map even further, right?
I was just about to ask, like, do you really feel like that's worth it? And I would have to say the answer is probably no. Man, that was the 5-minute siege creep that Crystallis was hitting the tier 1 tower with. I just realized, because it's 10.5, and he's got another one here as well. So without that arena being available, I wouldn't be surprised if after this foray into the mid lane, they started moving up towards top and tried to take away another tower, because, I mean, you've got a Shadow Fiend and a Deucer that would love to be able to take some Ancient stacks, but I mean, you've nearly got Yamich up to his level 6. If it's to steal the enemy team's camps, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to drop that.
Yeah, I think luckily for these two, you know, the way that Dota is played right now, like, the laning stage matters, but it's not the end of the world. However, Medusa, kind of hard to fissure, yeah.
Well, he might still die though. I'm sure he's just saying kill a creep, kill any creep, and I'll be able to echo him. Not needed though.
They got him. Yeah, it was really difficult to angle to use that fissure there. I didn't envy Eki, Yamich, sorry, for the positioning that he was in, and now they can def mid as well.
One lane's gone completely. Be a little careful here, actually. Sorry, once again, just going forward on his own, no cares in the world. Maybe even baiting a little bit here. Without a Blink Dagger.
Oh, another fissure! Oh no!
Shivering.
Oh, Mr. Shaker, please. Not like this.
Oh, just one good Fisher. That's all we ask.
You know, this is an arena, and mid one might be dead here. Let's see. With lobs.
There's a good Fisher, maybe.
Not
Maybe
good
not.
enough. Maybe another one.
Oh, nice global to be able to interrupt the echo. You can see Yamich still wants it, but that one there diving in, just trying to get onto Lorinov, who still has an ulti, by the way.
And shield.
Could do it now.
This isn't that great. Tombstone is gonna fall, but maybe Undying can... Yeah, just move him away. That's cool. Like, there's no killing him. They have Requiem as well, but they were stuck for... They were all stuck together for a triple decay, so better to just run away from the beast. You're not taking him down. In general, kind of a nice fight, I guess, for AVULUS. They got the Lash, the Shaker as well. Echo is used. Not terrible. Like, they did use Global on the other side, so that was a trade. Smoke Lash though with Blink. Oh, nice Arcane
Arena
Curse.
and Kisses are down. Yeah, really nice curse. No Blink Dagger going to be available there. Still though, Crystallis He's, what, 1,000 gold away from being able to pick up his Radiance, so he's doing just fine. There's no tower down bottom, so needing to be very careful is Smiling Knight. Standing underneath an Observer Ward here for another 3 seconds. So I wonder if there's going to be any sort of movement, maybe through the Twin Gate to try and take him out, but it seems like they're prioritizing just moving up into these Ancients.
Top lane, yeah, Saber. Dude, mid one is... Yeah. Yeah, mid one is playing this game like a pub. Like, this is your pub Leshrac 101 right here. He smoked himself and he went solo for a kill and then just didn't leave the area. Medusa now. It's a bit dangerous.
A lot dangerous. Probably end up giving up Boom for this, but again, this really feels like it's just about protecting Chrysalis, right? Like, none of the attention is on him. He's just sitting back, he's farming happily down the bottom side. Sure, you lose a core for it, but literally everyone rotated up for that to make sure that you weren't losing your Wisdom Shrine. And, I mean, they've already lost their tower, so it's not like they're... Well, could they be able to take this tier 1? Maybe. There's a lot of stuff being pinged onto it, but got a lot of ultimates coming up as well for MOUZ. Echo Slam in 3 seconds.
They can def with Abba. He has Radiance now. He's hiding it. There we go, it's revealed.
No, there's no Stone Gaze either. There's no defense for this Medusa. Oh, except for a bunch of ultimates.
He saves the... He
Left
saves
clean up.
He saved that Shaker, but look at Saberlight in the back. It's actually arenaed them, but he didn't manage to get any kills. Oh, another miss.
Alright. Saber's actually done very nicely there, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, able to pick up one more. I thought legit mid one was about to get an ultra kill off the back of that. He ends up getting 2, but at the cost of your Abaddon, who just, you know, showed up with a Radiance, probably maybe second strongest hero in the game right now, just behind the Leshrac. He was taken down fairly easily. Where did all of that damage come? Literally just from the arena?
Well, not really. The problem was he popped his ulti to save the Shaker, right? Like, he popped the ulti to shield the Shaker, and then he didn't have the shield for himself after his ulti was gone. So he was kind of stuck on 50-40% HP, and then the arena came. Saberlight, nice rotation. I mean, he moved all the way behind and cut that fight in 2. Missed a couple of spears, but didn't matter in the end. They got the carry.
Janto's positioning is fairly nice here. End up walking up into him, and it's again a really nice instant Arcane Curse. Should stop the Blink Dagger, but it's not going to stop the damage coming through from the rest of them. They might be able to get this D-Ward off as well, but I'm not sure if they saw it right next to where they made that engagement.
Dude, the Fissure blocked Silencer on the wrong end again. Shaker is building the wall between Radiant and Dire. Did get him because of the haste, at least. But Genter, I think, like you said, this positioning was really good from him. He read the move, he broke the smoke. I mean, this is a perfect position 5 gameplay.
Got the haste rune out of them as well. Probably wouldn't have needed to pop that if the Fissure was on point, but you know, it's all the little things, right? You would much rather 3 people rotating full Silencer as opposed to him. As Loranov is going to walk up into...
They have silence.
Good use of the global.
And Saber is coming from behind. This is another kill. Yeah, I mean, they are reading them like a book. Like, the laning stage was perfect for MOUZ. I feel like they've done all the right moves, but a point that I didn't end a little bit earlier is the laning stage right now in Dota doesn't mean as much as it used to. Like, the map is so big, you're gonna recover eventually. All you have to do is a couple of good macro moves and you're back. And they are back. Like, this is now a very even game.
AVULUS is back. You heard it here first, everyone. On the man himself, Lizard. But yeah, I'm interested to see. The big thing for mine is I was surprised at how early AVULUS let them open up the map with that bottom tier 1 tower. Like, yes, we obviously just saw the turnaround that could have happened, but I still think that reduces the amount of farm that you're able to get by so much, or at least safe farm. But it just seems like AVULUS, the thing that has impressed me most about them so far is their positioning in this stage of the game when they've got their ultimates versus when they don't. You know, like the only reason that he was even, you know, slightly moving over towards the right-hand side where the tier 1 bot tower used to be was because he knew that there was all of that turnaround potential. I feel like if everything's on cooldown, he's in a much, much safer place, like walking back now to just farm up his ancient area.
Yeah, the problem is who's gonna catch you. Like if you're AVULUS, one of the reasons why their cores are actually on top is like you have one blink on Lash and that's it. Like, the rest of MOUZ is trapped. You know when I called it green, like the green drafts for me, they represent these snowbally lineups. You know, they just like ball up and take one tower after another, while you're kind of trying to finesse around them. And so far, AVULUS, I think they found it's not really the greatest finesse ever, but they did find ways to find farm on the map.
So do you like this then, where they're just balling up together and hitting a tier 2 tower rather than trying to take a fight? I mean,
I think they have to.
Their draft is kind of meant for, right?
Yeah, they have to. They have to. I don't think they have another option than this.
And even with that previous engagement onto the Deucer, right, you couldn't have asked for too much better. Oh, sorry, the Shadow Fiend. You couldn't have asked too much better from Yamich. Like, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger, but SF just walked into him, so it's not like he even needed it at that point.
Yeah, basically, the global silence was good enough. I think Lash still needs to be the one that starts, right? Like Diabolic Edict with a blink in, and then SF probably dies even after global. But they kind of went for it in the other way, the other direction. They went with the Shaker first, which wasn't good.
Mid one, say he was about to potentially walk into a TPing Snapfire, but won't be the case. Going up top instead, preparing for that Tormentor, which looks like they should be able to take relatively easily. All of AVULUS aren't really positioned to be able to contest this, even though they've got some pretty good vision in the area.
They won't fight until they have BKBs, I think. Like, that's the... Basically, you're not winning fights versus MOUZ 5 against 5 right now. You have some arena and snaps, sure, and global is great, but I still don't think you're winning them head-on because of Abaddon and how... much utility this hero brings.
I mean, they don't get the Tormentor, but they get a... I'm not sure if that was a double or a triple stack, and SF's got his BKB coming out to him right now, so... The fighting potential is Smiling Knight is just going to dodge that smoke. He's going to be in the rough area for it, and Janter again in a pretty good spot. I mean, he took the Shrine of Wisdom, alright, so mission accomplished, right? Break the smoke, get a big objective from the enemy team. And it disrupts a lot of what MOUZ were trying to do off the back of that Tormentor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel bad for Janter at this point. I mean, every time we mention him, he's breaking some gank, but then again, that's exactly what he should be doing. It's not bad.
It's not the worst that he's like dying all these times as well, right? Not just for that fact, but it's keeping his death timer low. So that global silence is almost always available as a result of it. He's already respawned, despite only dying about 20 seconds ago. So they're ready to go once again. That's why they've already popped the smoke on AVULUS.
Dude, that's so next level.
Something extra.
When your ulti doesn't scale with levels on cooldown, they get celery. That's next level thinking, they know. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's the big brain. Stay low level so you respawn fast enough so you always have your ulti.
Dude, I got that from Anna when position 5 Nature's Prophet was a thing. Like, if he was forced to play support, he would just go the Treant, this was, you know, a year ago, and literally have, like, no items, and then just TP in, hit towers, never join a team fight, basically. And he was just able to do it constantly because his net worth was so low.
Seems good. Can't two times TI winner. Can't argue with that. Top lane.
They found be able to pick him off. At least that's after he's purchased the Blink Dagger, so not going to lose too much of that unreliable gold for it.
Yeah, his blink is really slow. Like, he's a position 4 shaker. I was thinking if they're gonna maybe allow him to get some stacks. He got it minute 24, but another reason is because he went for Arcane Boots. No insta blink, you know, there's a lot of shakers that just go straight for it.
Yeah, Damage is really wanting them to defend this top lane. He's saying, look, I'm up in 3 seconds. I've got my blink available. Let's try and make something happen. Or maybe he's just saying this is where they're putting a lot of the attention, so let's just go take one of our own objectives. You know, we can't move there as quickly as possible, so Roshan's the next best thing. And they're going to be able to claim that for themselves with...
You give it to Lash though, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'd be... You know, the only Abaddon player that would take that Aegis is probably Nightfall. Like, I can imagine him taking it, but... They're still smoked up. They still want to take a fight, probably understanding that Undying used Tombstone.
They're baiting this power rune probably on the bottom side of the map. Not going to take it just because it's not there at the time, but they might still end up finding it. Quick blink.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick fingers.
So now it really feels like MOUZ is just waiting for a few of their own big item timings, right? They've got that main objective that they were really wanting. You know, the Requiem, the Arena, the Global, they're a lot less effective when you've got that second life on your main damage source. And, I mean, mid one is 8-2 and 2. And he's only 700 gold away from his BKB as well, so...
Another one. Another blink. Yep. Shaker is out. I mean, all these things are very nice for MOUZ, but they're kind of telling as well. They've got the Aegis and now they're just dodging. I guess they're waiting for Lash BKB. Or maybe they can make a move right now, because they are playing into Aduza. Keep that in mind. Like, eventually, they're not gonna scale as hard.
Sure. I think they can wait, like, 2, maybe 3 minutes, right? You'll still have, like, 2.5 minutes. You'll have a minute left on the Aegis. You'll have BKB Lash. You'll have Shard on Shaker. You've got Blink coming in on the Courier now on Abaddon. You'll have probably the BKB on Undying as well, and you'll have a Solar Crest on Celery. Like, I can't think of much of a better timing that you're probably all going to hit at the same time if you're able to just get that little bit of extra farm.
It's a good timer. I'm just worried. I can already imagine Smiling Knight standing in front once the Scuddy is completed, and it will be very shortly. I'm not giving a damn.
The game might come down to that, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's 1,400 gold away from being able to pick it up, and if he's able to get it just that little bit quicker than MOUZ make this move off the back of their key items, then that could be the thing that turns the team fight. But again, if you're able to pop that Edict to the Pulse Nova and get on top of him before the Global Silence goes out, it's a completely different story.
Oh, mid one. Doesn't catch anyone.
Right.
He tried.
He does see SF though, although he's TPing away.
Mid lane, Arena is used. Celery.
Very deep Pugna.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a big thing though, right? No Arena available for 80 seconds now. Again, Pugna's up in 30, so he won't have his Solar Crest, but I'd say in terms of like who you needed to hit that next big item timing, he was bottom of the list. Boom's basically got his BKB completed after this creep wave. Shaker's got the Shard.
Can I...
Really into the next item for Chrysalis as well.
I'll tell you this thing. Pugna is the most important hero on MOUZ right now. Like, if he's dead, like, he's literally a position 5, but if he's dead, there is nothing on the map for them to do. And I feel like that's a problem. Maybe they can take a fight if AVULUS allows it. But without Pugna, like, you have this Aegis, but it's kind of just a farming Aegis. You need this Pugna to take down objectives. He's got Misanthropy on Lash, yeah. And they're off.
I'm totally on board with that. I think it's just his life.
Why are you on board? Fight me! It's a position 5, Pugna. Fight me. Tell me, Lizard, shut up. It's all about the Lash.
No, I'm a 5 main, dude. I want supports to get the credit they need.
Yeah, I mean, truly, he does mean a lot. Blink in, mid lane.
No Arena, this is what happens. Just gonna keep going in. Counter-style already used, so they won't have that as a response to the Global Silence, so Chrysalis will be a little vulnerable, or at least won't be able to save the rest of his team off the back of that, but this is exactly what they were kind of waiting for, right? Another 50 seconds where they don't have that Aegis available. Is it enough to want to go high ground, though, or is it just backing off, getting a little bit of control in the area, maybe even contesting that Wisdom Shrine, but I think they're just a little bit too far away from it to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, they had no echo.
Love the SF, though.
They had no echo. Maybe they can take another fight.
Blink. Oh, it's on cooldown. Oh,
He's not.
Landed on the right side this time.
He's fine. He's got BKB TP. He's got Arcane Rune as well. Maybe he can even turn if he wants to.
Might not even need to BKB. Oh. Ends up getting one. Might get away with it as well. Low enough solo kill. All right, we take those.
Man, this was so obvious. Like you could see it because it's always in this area that you get wrecked by an SF. Always the same area.
Good one. Nearly able to catch him out, knowing that he doesn't have the Requiem for that damage source. But again, BKB TP still available. He's doing a good job of just kiting him around though.
You know what's cool from mid one there as well? While he's chasing, he moves bottle in his backpack and puts Windlace in, just in case maybe he can get closer. But the Arcane Rune saves him, the lower cooldown and Blink just moves Lorenov out. Not even TPing, not even BKBing, getting a kill and getting out. Pretty cool.
Already nearly ready for another Requiem in about 20 seconds. Maybe even be level 20 up to that point, so with the Aghanim Scepter, of course, that's a whole lot of extra crowd control that you're going to have at your disposal. But Arena's also off cooldown, so I don't know, what do you reckon about what MOUZ were able to get done with that Aegis? Like, they got one core kill, basically, and one
tier
tower.
2, yeah. Not a lot. That's the problem that they've got with the draft that they're running. Besides Pugna, there is no one that truly hits towers. No one that truly takes objectives. They're forced to play for team fights. And pushing into a Medusa, even when you have something to take the towers with, is difficult. But pushing when you don't is impossible almost.
Yeah, they're going to find the Pugna, speaking of. Will probably be able to catch out. Saberlight even having that Sentry Ward available. Absolute certainty of it. And they might even go through the Tormentor here, because they took it pretty soon after the 20-minute mark. It hasn't quite yet respawned.
Flash.
It won't be too long until it does.
Flash, BKB.
Flash.
He's got no mana for TP right now.
Link, though.
Yeah. It's fine.
He'll be able to get away.
I mean, it's a big BKB, honestly. Right now, because of this BKB, it's down for 80 seconds. You can literally do whatever you want to on the map. If you're this Medusa, like, the only question is, do they truly want to pressure anything, or do they just go like Tormy and get a Daedalus first? Like, he's not really far away from it.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, the Deuce is not afraid about this game going late. You know, he scales by and far more than what MOUZ is going to. And I mean, we're even in the really early stages of this Silencer Zone network journey, let's call it, right? Like, nowhere close to an Aghanims, nowhere close to a Refresher. So once it gets to the later stages, they'll be able to do that. But
Crystallis?
push it in.
Giga Chad. The globs are there, but Aphotic Shield, I think, is saving Boom. Yeah, this was a Giga Chad play. Like, the whole time that this was happening on top lane, he was just hitting the tower. We were talking about no objective hitters. Well, he can do it if he mans up, and he did.
Didn't even need to use the borrowed time for that one either. And that's the thing, right? That's what I was kind of thinking, is they actually go in onto the Earthshaker. Wasn't able to pop the Echo Slam, because he's the one that got caught first. Dying has that BKB and the Ceaseless Dirge available if he needs it.
Buyback. They want to fight this.
Yeah. Alright, I mean, if they're isolated here on the low ground, then that might be the best place for them to do it. You just got to wonder, how far do they want to actually commit to this with the buyback coming through? It's not going to be too long until Shaker's able to catch up, and that's exactly what Crystallis is manning up to do. They want to try and get the catch. And they do.
Buyback.
They get it in onto the Deucer. Are they going to be able to CC enough? Crystallis still has that borrowed time, but they've killed the Lesh. That was a very quick burst coming through from Saberlight there.
Yeah, how much can Crystallis do on his zone now is the question. If anything. Oh! Nice stun.
Totem just as the SF blinks on in. So, I mean... Ooh, hold on.
Saber?
Very deep. That is incredibly deep, considering he got basically one shot there.
Yeah, and that was dieback. Now that's almost a kill on Medusa as well.
That is absolutely a dub. They just got far too cocky there. After a pretty successful start to the fight, they had no ultis available except for Shadow Fiend, and he wasn't in a position to back them up at all.
Do you think this was a bit messy from both teams? Like, chasing too hard when you kind of know that Saberlight has a buyback, and then Saberlight blinking on low ground without basically any info.
We've got some additional survivability now with the nihilism on Leshrac, so it's gonna be nice, I suppose, for him to just not care about this Dusa. Still cares a little bit about what, of course, Shadow Fiend is able to do, but I haven't really seen the damage from Lorinov go onto the Lesh in particular, right? It's much more been focused on just taking out a lot of the, or being like more crowd control and letting Dusa do her thing.
Yeah. Do you think that they have to? I feel like maybe they have to kill the supports first. Pugna and Shaker are super annoying.
Yep. Chris right on top of him. Gets the perfect timing there. Able to pop the borrowed time because they don't have...
Just blink out, lol. I mean, how is that? How the hell is that a thing in Dota? Like, come on, give me a break. Like, this hero... I completely respect everything that Abaddon brings to the table. It's fine, right? But this blinking out of borrowed time bullshit, like, I don't know. It pisses me off.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. I mean, sure, but TA is kind of in a similar boat, right? With refraction a lot of the time, or it was back in the day.
I mean... Yeah, but you can destroy refractions. You can't do anything to borrow time. It's just he presses one button and that's 100% he can blink out afterwards. Even if you root him, he just shields himself after. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly.
Silence. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
They've got that 35-minute double siege wave. Really wanting to deal with it on the bottom side is Chrysalis. He's very deep down here, and he does have someone kind of hanging in the wings with Boom, who haven't talked about him for a while. What's he can itemize into? Looks like an Octarine core for himself, and will bring himself up to that level 20 as well. So a lot more spam of the decay coming through. Actually, no, never mind. Goes into the Aghanim Scepter instead. So great timing to be able to get that all together. 2-second 8 strength steal. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's kind of, I mean, in this particular game, it's kind of difficult because of the silencer. Global, you need the BKB, and then you gotta worry about last word and curse. So there's a lot of things that can stop you from using the decay, I guess. But in general, I'm a big enjoyer of Ags dying, if nothing else, just for the memes.
Oh, for sure. Slamming the ground constantly. Speaking of item builds that we were looking at, we are going for a Silver Edge on the Dusa here. So it seems like they do want to make that play onto the Abaddon, right? Just get him with the SF Fear plus the break, and hopefully have that be enough to be able to take him down. They're going to have 2 SF ultis as well. That refresher, but once again, Chrysalis just chatting it up on the front lines. At the very least, a glyph out of it. Nice spear back into the rest of the team. They don't have that break yet, though.
Silencer is gone. Oh, Lesh killed him.
Global, but Abba's dead. No ultimates coming from the backline there. I'm a little surprised, honestly, from Yamich in particular, with no silencer available. They weren't willing to commit and try and save their core, and they're still trying to go in with their carry dead. I mean, eventually mid one's going in, but he's almost out of mana already. And it seems to me like Smiling Knight might just look to put the chase on, but oh, they're gonna play it a little bit more passively.
Yeah,
Still,
maybe
though,
they
no fear of damage.
Maybe they should have went in while their carry was alive for sure.
Probably.
Just maybe.
Damage? Be okay. They see the Dusa very briefly underneath that vision.
Like ships in the
Cheeky
night.
audio.
Yeah. Glimmer and Shadowblade, they didn't see one another until Dusa was up in the range of Sentry. Yeah, like, look, Abaddon, he caught them off guard the first time he chatted up. The second time, like, they just prepared for it. They took him out easily. And that was all with Aegis on the other side. So they're winning a fight, killing their carry, while the Aegis is up.
He's in, by the way. Gonna try and get in onto Eki. I'm not sure if...
oh, that was so close.
not able to take him out at the very end of the day, and yeah, they're actually ending up scuttling away. Yeah, a little surprised that mid one didn't go a little bit more balls deep on that initiation, right?
Larnov?
And he's looking to try and chase, and they will find.
I don't think...
Use the one. Refresher just got delivered for Saber.
Yeah, they're not gonna fight this. The reason why MOUZ smoked is Snap was so low, he had to go base, right? So you know that there's no Snap in this fight. They didn't, at least they didn't use way too many things. Even though the BKB on SF is now on 6 seconds.
Radiant are scanning.
It's not as bad if you've got that refresher though,
Oh.
right? Like it's effectively 12. They're going to find the silencer once again. Nice easy pick off there for mid one as his Aegis expires. But yeah, like I was saying before, I'm a little surprised that he didn't man up a bit more, right? You've got Chrysalis, who sure has the borrowed time available, but you had an Aegis available. Why aren't you committing in there with it? Forcing a lot more attention onto yourself.
No, he tried. He blinked in, but his team was a bit too late, too far. He went all the way with the blink and nihilism for Snap, and he didn't get the kill. I think that kind of. Plus his mana was low. So I guess he could have seppuku'd, right? Like you lose the Aegis, hoping that your team is gonna follow up mid lane.
Especially with Ul, able to just get Snapfire with the last bits of that Bloodthorn. Maybe I'm a little bit blind, but you know, they just had so many ultis available that I'm surprised that they didn't use, considering Silencer was dead. That's the big thing for mine. Looking to try and go in onto the bars with that refresher. They're going to be able to go on in. There's that global silence. They don't
Refresher.
get the break off in time, but they will be able to claim him.
Is that again?
As well. Oh,
Maybe not.
maybe not. Double stun coming through though, as Boom just going in onto the front line saying, kill me instead, take me.
Oh, look at that Medusa.
Will be pretty useful at being able to get a little bit more attention onto him. Medusa still hitting onto the backlines, but now Chrysalis is able to shred through a lot of them. Might just be waiting for that Blink Dagger to come up in another 2 seconds if they did want to re-engage, but I think they're done. They're basically out of mana on a couple of people, unless...
Just thinking
more
about it.
engagement. Yeah.
He has no ult for 20. That fight could have been way worse for MOUZ.
Oh yeah.
Medusa, he's going in.
Break. It's a lot of damage, but no detection.
No SF as well. I feel like the first go was also like the reason why they didn't kill Abba was actually on SF. Like he popped the refresher, but didn't pop the secondary ult. He thought that they probably had Abaddon without it. So like he popped refresher and basically raised a couple of times. That's it. Definitely had the opportunity to double ult him because his ulti was gone on Abba. Like he didn't have borrowed time anymore. And like your whole fight kinda fell apart because of it. Shaker is doing massive work, by the way. Just sitting in the back, this shard. Mid lane.
Yeah. Going in onto the Medusa. Should be able to get away. I mean, in a little bit deep here,
Sir?
especially with that level 25 on Lorinov. Means that he's able to blow up with that Feast of Souls being popped. Such fast cast time with that combined together with the Yasha and Kaya.
No, Undying's voice lines are brains and stuff. He lost too much int from Silencer. He couldn't recognize
drained.
teammate from foe, yeah. Blinks in. They're kind of disconnected in a way that MOUZ, some of their players are super aggressive, some of them are very passive and at different times, right? Like it's like they don't have a certain voice to lead them. Not sure.
I think at this stage of the game, you really just got to listen to whatever Chrysalis is saying, right? Like, he's the one that's, especially now with his level 25, going to be the one on the front line sieging the objectives. Of course, it's still very anxious of a position to be in, considering you've been speared by Mars the past couple of times, and he's got him in his sights once again. Might catch him as he's waiting, go through the Twin Gate, and gets the Hex off, but should be able to survive with the borrowed time. The boys are not in a position to save him. And with the stun, he's probably dying here.
Just blink out, lol. Yeah, this time around. they used everything they needed taken down. Nice ward, basically. Everything from Janter. That ward was, what, 6 minutes out? Like, it was almost... In 1 minute, it's gonna tick out, so... Nice ward. And look at Rush.
Objective, yeah. They're not going to be rewarded with any tower objective because MOUZ are, with that death, prioritizing just shoving the lanes out as much as possible, but this one is just as valuable. Enable AVULUS to finally have a time to start sieging confidently onto that high ground themselves.
Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted. I mean, you generally take this over anything else. Nice smoke out immediately as well. They're gonna give Refresher to Silencer, who's 700 gold away from Agonist, by the way. So he's gonna have double ult with Ags soonish. Look at this, they're gonna show Medusa on bot lane while making a move top. It's also kinda cool.
Don't really have an easy way to be able to do this team as the 2-2 is up there, and find the Undying. Doesn't seem like he wants to even join in with the rest of this though. Refresher already being used by Saber. It was just for that secondary spear to come through, so still has the BKB, still has an arena available.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is Abaddon is dead, so it doesn't matter that Medusa isn't. It's 4-on-4 at best for MOUZ.
They're just getting more and more. Divide and conquer is the way that AVULUS are playing this right now, and Smiling Knight, he's pretty keen to try and take that little bit more, but Abaddon just respawning might put a stop to those plans. No Undying doesn't really give them the most comfortable way to be able to take a lot of these team fights though. That amp damage is so incredibly important, but more importantly that just beefy body on the front lines. Oh, they found it. Ooh, quick blink out on damage there.
Another side. Things fall apart so quickly when you're playing into a Duza lineup.
Don't know about that glyph though. It's really not going to protect too much of anything. They clearly weren't in a position to be fighting, and who knows, you might need that for that last tier 3 on the top side, or if other team fight goes their way.
They're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, they're gonna do the same thing. This Duza has an Aegis, a Cheese, and a Disperser. Full Disperser in backpack. There's absolutely no reason for them not to go top. Like, it's one of those lineups, I feel like that's something that Medusa allows you to do that no other hero does at the moment. Just walk uphill and
just stand there.
Just stand there, exactly. You become the turret. You're the tower.
And all the boys willing to back them up. It really does seem like they need to go for some sort of backstab play here. Do they have any smokes available? They do on Yamich, but they're just going to walk into the Medusa with the Aegis and the entire team behind them, so right now it's just no wanting to use that. Have buyback, he doesn't. So if he goes down here, that's one hero gone completely, and they've tried to use him as a distraction to get onto the back lines, but they've been spotted out.
Oh, insta hex. This Flash might just fall.
Spells.
Yeah.
Flash going down, yep. Wasn't even able to pop the nihilism throughout all of that. They will be able to get the Mars for sure. As nice echo coming through from Yamich, and finally mid one is able to do the damage. He's coming through. He's still got BKB available. He's still got a global silence if he absolutely needs it, and they've completely surrounded Medusa.
SF is coming back. Yeah.
He is. Silencer buys back too. Oh no, they didn't pick up the gem, and they've just walked into a lot of damage that's able to come out here. Buyback available on both of these cores. Now mid one just needs to try and get away with his life, and it's going to be Silencer that gets the kill. No.
Oh, the buybacks, everyone.
He doesn't have
Medusa's still too strong.
Seconds. One, just gets it now. He needs to pop it manually. He does. He got the break off onto him from Smiling Knight.
It doesn't matter.
Getting the kill up to Boo. It won't matter unless mid one coming back could be the big difference here.
4,
Cheese,
3, 2.
Oh, they've isolated a little bit too much. They thought it would be enough to be able to kill him. But that Cheese mid one, he got a little too greedy. He wanted more. It's going to be a rampage.
A double rampage.
On the high ground as well. Yeah, double rampage. This one's over. The creeps are going to do it. They don't even need the heroes to do it, Liz.
That's
and AVULUS, they take advantage of perhaps a little bit of disjointed gameplay, a little bit too passive gameplay. They switched up the Leshrac into the mid lane instead of the Earthshake round as well, and you're going to be able to get a lot of saves off. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say I think MOUZ made the best of a bad situation with a few of their picks, but I'm still going to stick with AVULUS for this one.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Bristleback is gonna bring the same kind of an impact that Medusa did in that last game. That's one thing that I'm seeing, because like MOUZ just completely demolished them in the lanes last game. They just outplayed them. It wasn't even only that the lanes were stronger. The AVULUS got outplayed, and I feel like this time around they have a draft that if it does get outplayed, you're not gonna come back the same way you did. All of these heroes need a good start. Like you have a Timber, you have a Bristle, you have an Undying. Every single one of these three needs a good start, and they gotta get it this time around. And maybe, what do you think about Withering Mist into all of these heroes? It shouldn't be bad, right? Like into Bristle, Undying, and Timber.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad for sure. The thing I'm really looking at is just like we were talking about the 3 toxic heroes at the start of the draft, and then they added what, a Bristleback and a Timbersaw after the fact. Like these are like the pub stompers, and you were saying that that's kind of how the game was being played at some stage. It felt like a pub with mid one just chasing people down. So AVULUS are trying to match that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I wonder if they'll be able to. There is some pretty cool smoke on mid lane. It's a first level hook. I've seen this so many times. And he's blocked. You actually can't move. Yeah.
That's a nice way to be able to give yourself a nice little early start here for mid one. I think if MOUZ are going to win this, mid one needs to be the MVP by far. Like, he is the one that's primed to be able to win this game for them, just off the back of like getting into an early vessel to be able to deal with these people before they're able to get into, like, you know, your Lotus and that sort of thing. He needs to be able to burst people down. The EMPs need to be on point, things of that nature. And you know, he is incredibly individually skilled, and that first blood is going to help, but there's a lot of pressure on one man's shoulders.
He went for the Agent of Galaron, by the way, so he's got the Exort. Something that I feel like most Invoker players have moved away from mid lane, like the way they play, at least recently. Still is good. I mean, you have a lot of stuns. And you have Dismember, you have Sand King. It's going to be a lot of damage coming from that Cataclysm eventually, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, even just from like level 2 onwards on either lane, you could potentially be getting some kills off here, and a lot of the all chats is off the back of a missed hook from Yamich, so nothing really going to be happening up top. But down bottom, Saberlight's Undying is the one getting chased down at this point, and are they going to just go for a continuous push under here? I'm just keeping an eye on that Sunstrike, if they're potentially going to look to try and pick off Saber here.
Oh, Sunstrike! Ah. Close.
As he needs to be a little careful. I mean, he's got 10 sticky napalm stacks onto Celery, but that just means he's got a damn juicy wand to be able to refresh everything. And they're continuing the pressure onto Saber.
Might be
Dive
dead.
continues from Chrysalis.
Oh!
Did you see that?
Yeah, I
He
did.
was out of the line of sight because of the tree that planted, so he didn't take the damage from the pop. That's so big.
That was good. Well, he had 12 Magic Wand charges as well on the other side. Maybe he could have popped them, continued running. That was a bit...
He'd been given a Tango as well that's about to expire now, so he didn't even pop that when he was going for the dive.
Yep.
A few little mistakes coming through, but the bigger props need to be given to Saber for that play. Don't go for the dive again, Chrysalis. This isn't the time. Not when you just TP back to the lane, as that's the Wisdom Runes. Sorry, the Lotus Pools being contested at this point. Doesn't look like too much contest actually up top. That's very handy for a Bristle to have, just to keep spamming them out as much as possible.
Very unfortunate bot lane, I would say, for MOUZ so far. The way it started, it looked like they might find some advantage with the Sunstrike, but it kind of turned on its head. By the way, Helm of Dom Invoker. We have seen it a lot at TI, of course. BZM kind of invented this Invoker Dom if you can say he invented it, everyone is buying Dom on everything right now. Eki. Nice, fine. Bot lane though, Bristle. He might not be. Sunstrike.
Nice little Sunstrike coming through, and not quite enough to be able to.
Oh, dude, they're both
take
dead.
out.
Yeah, he has stun. He has stun.
Stun.
Never mind.
Oh.
This deluge, like we talked about it a little bit. Deluge plus full spray. It's that's nasty. Like so much damage
What are you
coming from
supposed to do
Bristle.
against that? Yeah. Like it just slows them down so much, enables a lot of the damage coming through from him. They've even got the reel-in available just to guarantee that you're going to get some additional stacks off. And yeah, it's really starting to become apparent that low armor that Pudge has to be able to play with is getting punished as the hook completely off the mark from Yamich. Going to get the kill onto Chrysalis as a result of that. Should be able to get at least the Tombstone though. But Tombstone for a support trade, probably not worth it when you're giving up your carry who's sitting at the bottom of the core net worth at this stage.
If he survived, different story, but with him dying for sure, not good. Maybe they should just keep the Pudge bottom. That's what they're doing right now, at least. I saw him moving towards the Twin Gate, but he stayed here instead. Because what's he gonna do top? This top lane, after the double kill for Bristle, this lane is done. Like, Naga is already in the jungle. Like, he literally doesn't have to come to the lane anymore.
No harm in doing it though if they're going to be confident enough in getting a kill as they look to try and go in onto Boom. As
but
with
top
a
lane,
lot of that attention being given there, it does mean that they're able to get a kill onto the opposing enemy off lane. So it should be maybe a 1-for-1 trade. Couple more uses of the Quill Spray should do it.
yeah, he's dead. I think, okay, even though he's dead, even though this is kind of really bad for the Sand King, maybe I'd rather have a weak Sand King than a weak Undying on my side, you know? Because Sand King, you recover, it's not gonna be amazing, but you are playing the soft lane Sand King. I don't expect a lot from that hero from the off lane anyway. No, you're gonna lose the lane 9 out of 10 times.
Just watching Janter as well, if there's ever any stage that he might consider joining the bottom lane, but he just doesn't have any mana to be able to make that sort of play. Courier has a couple of mangoes and a clarity actually, so giving the justification to
lane
TP down as another TP actually comes here from Yamich on his Pudge. They're walking into the Tombstone as able to get the kill onto Eki. Chrysalis again though, he's in danger of dying.
They have Soul Rip, they have Decay again. He's dead. And now Pudge has to be careful.
TP's coming. Might not need it. Hook up now. But so is Timber.
They have
coming in.
reel-in.
That is a fresh TP coming in, by the way, from Celery, and they're hoping that they can get a Naga Siren off the back of it, which they do. But there's no point in popping anything else. Blood Grenade was available, but Timbersaw was undeniable at that stage.
I mean, right now he doesn't have like a lot of reactive armor, 1 level, but he's still very strong. Naga perhaps didn't have to go and hug the snap. She had web and reel-in, could have stayed a bit back, but it's fine. Timber still gets a lot of solo XP.
And the bottle, so he's totally fine in terms of being able to rejoin this if he
Bristle
absolutely
is
needed
coming.
to.
Bristle is bottom.
Bristle
They
is
might go on
coming.
Abba again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not level 6 yet. He is just dead. There's nothing you could do at this stage, just being kept in place by the slow from that Chakram, and all 3 cores converging on Chrysalis saying, you are not going to have a game, my friend.
Yeah, he had an absolute free game last game. This time around, it's the opposite story, basically.
I mean, this is kind of what happens is mid-1. He's in here a little bit, gets pushed away by his own Helm of the Dawn creep, so nicely done there.
Top lane. Top lane as well, there's a fight. Nice Sunstrike.
One of the advantages, you're always just able to TP away whenever you're playing is that.
Yeah, Bristle can do a lot of things, but he cannot stop the TP most of the time, at least. Not this early on. Hook mid.
Get the hook off, but that's into a shield rune, so what can you do with regards to that? Nice little use of the cookie on the Forge Spirit just to try and keep them down. But how are you supposed to kill a Timbersaw? You don't have that sustained magic damage source coming through at this stage.
He was kind of deep, but no mana on Invoker, right?
No mana.
Another hook.
No,
I mean, you
nice hook, but
maybe enough.
okay, that's enough to be able to take him out. I was about to say, like, you've got the Helm of the Dominator creep, but you don't have that that urn even. Obviously, not even close to the vessel as a result of going for that different item first.
Let's see if he goes for it. I mean, no, he's gonna go for drums. Oh, interesting.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate it if it means that everyone else is going to get active, but I'm just a little worried of Chrysalis. And I mean, this is the thing that's going to happen, right? If you first pick this Abaddon, you know, it really feels like they've just said, okay, well, what are some really early activity cores that we can look to try and pick to punish this? You know, if we get a really nice start to the lane. And I mean, even the Bristleback making that early rotation just goes to show how much of a focus that is.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind the Vessel on Invoker as well, by the way. Drums are fine. He's gonna be active like you said. I wouldn't mind it even now, but usually people tend not to go for it because it's a tempo item. It always feels bad when you're getting it too late, like an Orchid in most games. That hook missed, but Naga, before she moved mid, she made a lot of stacks, by the way. Bat is recovering completely. He's on 1400 gold now, like very close to the blink. Naga made some stacks in the triangle as well that Timber can take. Like, this is one of the best things about the hero. Her early game potential with the illusions is amazing. Offlane Saber gonna die. Nice Sunstrike so far. Like, he's on mega kill.
I mean, yeah, 5-0 and 0 on mid one here. It's just a matter of, like, I just don't think they can retreat back to the jungle. This isn't that sort of game. You need to really be trying to enable yourself before it gets later on, and, you know, Bristle's just gotten out of control. We're seeing an Aghanim Scepter Bristle as well, so really seeing the effects of having all of these different slows on their team, right? You've got the Nagasaran with the Deluge, you've got the Timbersaw with the Chakram, you've got the Bat Rider around as well. So this Ags is going to be incredibly effective in a lot of these team fights, considering there's, what, 3 melee heroes on the MOUZ side, and I think Invoker kind of needs to be thereabouts as well.
He's got Seeing Red, right? Like, on Bristle. He didn't go for... Yeah, so he's just gonna right-click them to death, I guess, with the cool sprays too, adding up. It's gonna be kind of cool. We'll see how it goes. Like, right now, I am worried about this Invoker going out of control, because he's got a lot of levels. Level 10 Invoker right now. Even a Bristle can fall with a good Sunstrike.
Absolutely. That pure damage is going to need to come in clutch here. At this point, though, Smiling Knight hasn't really had a lot of attention being brought onto him, which means that might not be playing the Deucer, but he is... where is he actually TPing to? Just all the way back to base, huh?
Yeah,
just wants a refresh, wants to grab quickly his 12-minute Aghanim Scepter before going out and...
You do that for the record, you know, like you TP base, you want to get it as fast as possible.
Got to put yourself out there for sure. And now, well, it seems like he might just go out to the lane as the rest of the team look to smoke together. Does Sandking have that Blink Dagger? He does. He's making his way towards the Aghanim, so... I wonder what this movement is for. Can they even kill the Bristle if they go in onto him with everything? I'm not so certain.
Yeah, it depends on Naga if she's nearby. Because remember, they have Sunstrike. With Sunstrike, I still think they can. Let's see. Yeah.
Questions answered. Okay, with every single ability, they can do it. And Naga still had about 15 seconds left on the TP, so there wasn't going to be any TP Song of the Siren or anything like that. Yeah, I'm a little puzzled that they chose to move up north on with that smoke previously, right? Like, it seems like that's not the main area that they were looking to try and test as we get another lasso through, but a lot of damage too. just want the refresh.
They have Tombstone Zombies, which isn't that terrible, stacking up.
I mean, Eki just stayed around inside of the Sandstorm, and that's what ended up getting himself killed, so a little bit of an unforced error there coming for the Batrider.
Yeah, and the Naga dying. Had a TP too. Like, both of them could have gotten out. I guess it was some sort of miscommunication there on what exactly they want to do. But yeah, those smokes earlier, I think that they wanted to go through a twin gate, or they were baiting on top as well. Like, Sand King was showing for a bit. It was a bit weird for sure. No Tombstone now for 30.
Also don't have that epicenter though, or the Mortimer's Kisses, so I wonder how much that really impacts AVULUS' decision to just go as crazy deep as they just did. You have to imagine if they're looking to make that sort of play, you need the Bristle back there. You know, he is your main damage source at this stage. Yeah, the Timbersaw is around for sure, but I think until he gets into that completed BKB, he's going to feel a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah, very often you just win one pick off, and then the game kind of snowballs off of that. Like that Bristle and bot lane kill kind of snowballed into mid lane fight being really nice for them. Because you're one step ahead, and then a spell gets wasted, and another spell, and the enemy team is never quite ready. I do think AVULUS have reset the stage now, though. The Blink Lasso is up, Tombstone is up. It's on them to decide what they want to do on the map, if anything. Like, one thing...
Just they're backdooring this tower with the Dom creep. Oh, Lift. They really don't want to let him get this one for free, and well, we'll get the deny or potentially keep that TP spot available. But if they're willing to make that sort of play, I wouldn't be surprised for Janta to just send a Naga illusion.
Mid lane as well.
Yeah, clearing out another Dom creep.
You know what the problem is for AVULUS this game? The one problem that I see on in their draft, like Undying didn't have the best lane. Like, he kind of struggled. I think he's probably one of the lowest cores, just above Crystals, I guess, who also didn't have a greatest lane. But they need to commit. Like, if they're going with this Blink Dagger, they need to commit hard to take down targets.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got at least Boom on this top side of the map now with the Forge Spirits, with the double creep whip and the Siege creep, taking out that tier 1 tower. Especially... I mean, yeah, there's the temptation of just sitting back and farming, but we actually cancelled his... No, he didn't cancel his TP. I want to see him get active with this level 12 Blink Epicenter.
Yeah, mid lane.
Seems like the prime time. So finally he makes that TP. Looking to just try and get away, bait them in further on Celery.
Sand King.
Here we go. They're using Yamich for it. The big bait, but ends up just getting a core. You've already lost a big portion of your damage in the Snapfire, and
Crystallis as well.
You know, Crystallis is dead. Found out. Borrowed Time already popped. No Radiance, so there's no constant burn for the team fight. And this toxic draft that we keep saying about AVULUS, it's hard to kill. It's just an incredible amount of damage as well. And they still had the Naga ult as well. It never was in a dire position for the Dire.
I'm just shocked that MOUZ actually took this fight. Like, actually surprised, because that wasn't their fight to take. The moment the lasso is up on snap and the tombstone is dropped, I think you just don't go anywhere near that fight with anyone else. Sand King Epi as well was just not a good Epi, I feel like, in that situation. You know why? No, there's only one reason, and that's Abaddon. Like, he didn't have borrowed time. Like, it's not that it got popped in that fight, it got popped earlier. So it got popped like 20 seconds earlier, and then they still go, which basically makes sure that Crystallis, if he joins, he's dead. So, yeah. And Cataclysm isn't there. Like, he's 80 gold away on Invoker to add insult to the injury.
Yeah, you definitely need that next little bit of a burst, right? Just cutting your losses with the Snapfire death wouldn't have been the worst, right? You know where multiple people on AVULUS are. Would have been a reasonable fight to reset, wait for the respawn, and then go yourselves, because you know the lasso was used, you know the tombstone was used, you know you'll probably have time to get into that Radiance, level 12 Abaddon, Cataclysm for the Invoker, but yeah, just getting a little bit too eager to try and make something happen with this Pudge, which, honestly, Yamich doesn't have the worst KDA, right? 4, 3, and 8, but I'm just thinking, like, what is this actually going to provide later on into the game? outside of just purely setting up for the Cataclysm.
Yep, yep. No, he can reposition, which is always nice. Save people as well. I think their best bet is to bait out big spells and then reposition with the hook.
Smiling Knight just soloed Roshan, by the way. The rest of his team was standing up on the high ground inside of a smoke, just waiting for someone to try and potentially contest it, maybe assuming that Boom would be doing that. But he was just sitting back saying, you know what, last fight didn't go too great for us, and I'm only 100 gold away from my Aghanim, so may as well try and get that.
That one fight, I feel like pushed them over the edge. Radiance is completed though. This next fight is crucial for MOUZ.
Yeah. He will get out, maybe. Yes, he will. I suppose that is one of the advantages that they have, right? The really only stun, reliable stun that they have that isn't committing big is Ensnare. And that's not even a stun, it's a root. But yeah, you need to use Lasso for any sort of catch.
Saberlight? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Like, no committal, I'm sorry, but that was just funny. One Sunstrike, a couple of creeps, and Morty's kisses.
If they split up the map on MOUZ, like someone's dying for sure. As a Cataclysm, not a Cataclysm, an Epicenter is used to be able to take out Lorinov. Surely there's not a huge amount of stuff that you're really all that worried about from AVULUS, right? Like, you can just TP away from a lot of this damage that they've got coming out. As long as Naga's not there, and as long as you can see Batrider or Lasso's on cooldown, they can just split the map up and try and recover some of this net worth that they've lost.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what they have to do. That's why I didn't expect them to even fight mid. So, yeah, just split it up, you know, get some pickoffs here and there, make the game as obnoxious as possible. This is absolutely the kind of a gameplay that they need. At least while the Aegis is up, right? Like, you probably don't want to fight into that.
Yeah. One thing that I am liking, which I think Snake King did it in the TI Grand Finals, is the Naga Siren going the Blink Dagger build. Particularly, as you mentioned in the draft, that Snapfire is one of those few heroes that can actually outrange the Naga ulti. But if you're just popping it and then blinking far, far forward, you're going to get that, even if it's only for a split second, the interruption that you need to make sure that the Naga Siren ulti isn't going to be just fully resetting the fight for the team. Sorry, the Snapfire ulti isn't dissuading you from pushing on forward.
Yeah, it's really good. It's absolutely one of better items on a support Naga.
Okay.
He was about to sleep.
He was about to.
Nice
Not
block.
needed, though.
Very nice block
Nice
from
hook.
Lorinov.
Very nice. Ooh, is he going to be able to TP away from this?
He's going to stay.
Fighting on the high ground?
They have the BKBs. There's no Lorinov. There's no Dismember.
There's no Celery because he's getting completely zoned out by Saberlight, just solo killed. Alright, I mean, if that's the case, by all means go up onto the high ground because they're just getting absolutely bodied.
Oh,
Everyone's coming, they're just going in one at a time. I mean, should be able to just get away from this, but wasn't expecting that. I mean, 21 minutes into the game, Tier 2 tower still standing, and they say, screw it, let's just go on in.
Yeah, there's this very old, nasty combo that is coming into play, and that's the Sleep plus Tombstone. It's very difficult to deal with, like, the zombies keep on spawning, it's annoying. The hook was very nicely blocked, and the Sleep was very nice just to reset so the Timber can pop his BKB and move into position. Like, just a nice gameplay from AVULUS, playing this lineup exactly how they should right now.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that they didn't react perhaps a little bit faster on with Chrysalis. Like, he was farming right underneath an Observer Ward, but Saberlight legit just ran through the Tier 2 tower to get to him that little bit faster. Didn't even bother, you know, getting into smoke range of someone else. He was like, screw it, I'm going to be able to catch this guy, and there's nothing really that they can do about it. And, you know, we mentioned how little lockdown that they have for various people. They did it pretty damn well.
Right, it was more than enough. Dust, oh my god, he's just on the edge. He was so damn close.
Sentry on Janto. Might be able to catch.
He might die.
This is the Tumbler's toy.
I think he's gonna
yeah.
Sunstrike him. He's attempting to at least. Let's see, Sunstrike. Ah!
Ooh,
Nice!
Let's go, mid one. It's just that easy.
Oh, the tips as well. That was really good, yeah. It was obvious because he's going base. He was really low, right? So he needed to take that pad, but still, that was so damn solid. Dodging the dusts and everything. Very cool. He's 915, by the way, on Invoker. Pretty damn big. But when I look at this hero, you know, at this point of the game, and I see like Aghanims, Helm of Dominator into BKB, it's like, I don't know, I just don't see like this big... Cataclysm, of course, is it, but... You know, when you're playing some mid hero and you have like this obvious big impact item that he's getting, on Invoker it's kind of a mix, I guess. Like...
Yeah, it's like... It feels like with this build he's trying to be this big right-click threat, you know, going the Exort build, having a bunch of these items, even just having the BKB to be able to stand and right-click a lot of the time. But... And it's like he's already committed to this, so you can't even change up and now say, okay, well, I'm going to start building towards a few more of these items that are going to enable my EMP, because you're going up against a BKB on the Timber and the Bristleback, the two heroes that need to be mana burned, most of all, if you're going to try and reduce the damage coming out from AVULUS. They just twin-getted under a ward, by the way, on Lorinov and Eki, so they know that this is coming. They're just going to use Yamich perhaps as a little bit of bait.
Let's see if they can kill him. Oh, not even close.
They got a little greedy.
Not even close on Timber, at least.
Yep, he had the shield rune.
Good enough, I suppose. You get the position for bat. That's nice. Not terrible. Like, he's pretty big as well. He's going for Ags next. Like, slowing that down is always nice. How's our Bristle boy doing? He's getting the AC next. So, level 20 as well.
I mean, yeah, there's not really anything that they're all that worried about from right clicks coming back the other way. This really just feels like it's enabling his damage further, as opposed to protecting himself.
Yeah, Ags as well.
You can be a little bit worried about the Invoker, right, if he is going this build, but
yeah, you can be, but it's not generally the hero that you're worried about as a Bristle. Just the Cataclysm itself can be problematic. Everything else is whatever. Look at Naga mid. Like, it's any Sunstrikes in the fountain.
It's just so obnoxious, this Naga Siren hero, right? Like, what are you supposed to do against it? It's just constantly shoving your waves in. He's got a lot of the early farm. He's even going for the secondary ulti through the Refresher Orb as well. So, you know, use the first one to bait out BKBs, use the second one for actually what you want in a lot of these team fights.
Well, he's got a shard as well, remember? So, it's really nice. Like, the shard works quite well with the tanky heroes that they've got on their side.
A little bit of mana regen as well, so remember what we've been saying about like that EMP being somewhat of a factor. Even that's going to be recovered somewhat.
Eki? You have a gem, friend.
Okay.
That was...
Free gem.
That was so weird. Like, I'm not really sure. He probably had some read about where they are on the map. Like, but yeah. Anyways, even if you have a good read, his teammates were nowhere close. Like, he...
Yeah, that was just odd. Like, it was the one area of the map that they basically didn't have vision on. His entire team was spread out along the top side of the map, and they just de-warded one that was kind of in the Radiant jungle.
Oh, the hook! Oh, Crystallis! Not like this.
Well, feels bad. He seemed to want more. I mean, Batrider is coming up in 5 seconds, so just the general fact that you know where everyone is a big factor here, as smoke potentially coming out here. Don't have a smoke. Alright.
Now they use it. it's so easy to put one hero up front when you're AVULUS because you have so many different heroes that can do it.
Yep.
Like, you don't even have to play the vision game properly if you just have these beasts. Timber, Bristle, Undying. Timber...
See Invoker here, like, he's still got the Cataclysm for sure, but I think you've got to be doing more than just that. And it's into a Timbersaw who has that, has his ulti, sorry, his Aghanims available, so the reactive armor, he can really put himself on the front lines. Catch out of Baden is going to be enough. That's an early-ish borrowed time, and they just completely reset.
Ooh, this looks
Borrowed
ugly.
times used, BKB's used. No epicenter yet, but they've run out a lot of juice here.
Yeah, Abaddon is just
probably
gone.
going to be able to claim a Batrider and not much else as both the mid laner and your POS 1 go down. Yamich as well is going to follow pretty soon after. Sand King going to go down a similar sort of pathway, and Celery just waddles away without using anything, pretty much. Yeah.
Waddle. That was rough. I mean, they planted the tombstone with the song, and it was also a tombstone with the song against the Abaddon ulti.
Yep.
So
and
his ulti ran.
BKB
Yeah.
as well.
So it just all ran out. It was really difficult to play after that. Abaddon tries to blink out. He manages to blink out, but not too far. Like, that fight was just doomed from the get-go from MOUZ. Like, the moment... And it's so cool that the way they're playing, by the way, from AVULUS. What's really cool about it is the blink lasso on Abaddon. Like, this is, like, usually the stupidest play in the game that you can make, right? Like, in most games, in pubs, you get flamed for this. Because he just presses R and that's it. But the fact that you have this Naga with the reset, it's like this next level that you're going for.
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
wanting
cool.
to bait it out. You're wanting him to use it preemptively. As,
Yep.
Well, Lorinov feels pretty much invincible going in solo with the Arcane Rune and the BKB. Still hasn't popped his Aghanims just yet. Does now. Will actually not get removed because he blinks away just in time to be able to get away from it. But Nagasaren's here as well, keeping Pudge inside the chakra, just munching on anything that he can to try and heal himself up a little bit, but it won't do it.
Yeah, it was... I mean, he was about to hook the Timber, but if he hooks him, he probably just dies faster. There is nothing that they can do at this point when it comes to these low ground teamfights. Maybe a high ground defense is possible, but even that looks like a tall order. Almost the Daedal is completed on Bristleback. Like, he hits hard now. It's not even just the tankiness. He hits for 500.
I'd be really interested to just see the damage at the end of this game. Like, it's, in my opinion, pretty much a foregone conclusion that AVULUS are going to win this one. But with the pipe, with, you know, the heals coming through from both Soul Rip and the Song of the Siren, plus reactive armor, plus Bristle Beam's tanky as hell, I'm just struggling to see how they're going to burst through any sort of damage that they've got. Even
And the
Epicenter probably isn't going to do it.
And the mighty Cloak Aura from Centaur Courser. Unsung hero. 12%.
Run into a Timber, but they're not killing Timbersaw.
You know, the Centaur Courser is kind of legit. I mean, at this point, it's giving you 12% resist.
Absolutely.
It's not bad.
Radiant are scanning.
I just had a look. It makes Naga go from... Oh, hold on. Catching out someone that just gets put in the tombstone. I think that's Nagasaren sitting inside of there. And she's so damn tanky that you have no tombstone hitters. So good luck trying to get found out. Just jumps out of the tomb, uses the ensnare. That's another dead hero.
Yep. Good for MOUZ that they did manage to get a pick off on bot lane. They found the Bat who was trying to de-push. And one thing that Invoker is definitely doing with this build is, like, you have 4 spirits on one side, you have his summon Wildwing Ripper on the other, that is the dominated creep. So it's kind of hard to pressure all the lanes.
You can give it Alacrity as well, just forcing the creep back, making sure that the backdoor protection stays.
Yeah, that was a cool play.
Alright, a little bit of rat going on here, and eventually the multi-shot will end up killing that creep as they plant down their own banner. on AVULUS' side to try and get a bit of more aggression in here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the red attempt was nice until Bat respawn. Now he doesn't see Bat. So he can't really show until Eki shows as well. Which he will, because he doesn't care. They're just taking a side mid lane.
I was just having a look at even, Timbersaw on his own. With the Pipe Aura from Saberlight's Pipe of Insight and the Centaur Courser, it brings him from 40% to 51% magic resist. So all these little things add up, especially when you've got nearly 4k HP.
Stalis is in. They already popped the Lotus on
Indeed.
him.
Yeah, he's going to need to back off before popping his borrowed time. I mean, they get the pullback as well on Eki, and he's going to pay with his
Not
life, but a decent Song of the Siren, a decent Cataclysm as well. Might actually be able to chase this one down. They've committed a little bit too far here.
They're gonna hold. Very nice hold.
Slight device available on Lorinov, but this isn't the fight you want to be committing into at this stage.
Yeah, very nice hold. I think they were a bit overzealous with the way they jumped in and lassoed Invoker, because Aphotic Shield was ready. So, yeah, he didn't even... I don't think he even needed to... He did use BKB, never mind, that's the refreshed BKB. But the BKB on him and the BKB on Sand King made sure that the lasso didn't really... the song didn't really do a lot. And also the Cataclysm was already used. So it kind of hit a lot of them. The damage dealt was quite high from Invoker, 5.6k from him, and 4.6k from the Sand King. Sand King, that's the lowest, well, neck and neck now with Undying, but he was the lowest net worth core. He did quite a lot that fight. That was a massive Sandstorm and massive Epicenter as well. Pretty cool defense.
Yeah, I think the thing is with how much AVULUS are trying to fight, like the BKBs are already down to such a low duration, so that by the time you're committing in, you pop the BKBs to try and burst down the pattern. That was the first time.
Oh, mid lane.
He's got it available again. The old borrowed time is something actually going in. Could they get Lorinov here? He hasn't been able to pop his Aghanims yet, but once again, use of the Tombstone should be
Has
able to get
BKB
it
now.
immediately after. Borrowed time is forced out. Or are they going to be able to chase him down? They've caught 4. Anything else to be able to follow afterwards? It's all eyes
It's
on
got BKB.
Christmas.
Epi is good.
Little turnaround here, though.
Oh, the lasso.
Great Epi. Great lasso. Still alive, though. Still alive and getting chased down. Somehow he was able to just walk on past Saberlight and get his way to safety. Linking down even.
That damage, dude. Like, Bristol just shredded the Pudge.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
Able to get away on the Snapfire.
that one hit kind of took off 60% of Pudge's HP. Was a bit silly. How much damage is that?
1162 in one hit against a Pudge.
Yeah, it was a lot. He needs some armor desperately. They have buybacks. Another fight that didn't look too terrible for them, but Bristleback respawned just on time.
Well, they're going to commit in here. Abaddon does have the borrowed time. The big thing is, yeah, with this Cataclysm, it needed to be in combination together like last time with a multi-hero stun. You still don't have that Epicenter available on the Sand
all up,
King,
though.
but they'll have enough, yeah, to be able to take out the Timber. Yamich trying his best to be able to bring himself away. That's the 4-staff available for his team. Undying falling a little bit low. Getting a lot of kills here and a lot of magic damage is working out.
Satanic used. They have Bat.
Himself back to full HP. They've got the lasso as well. Really just trying to disrupt that, and they will. They're going to be able to keep him alive. Song of the Siren not up for this next little bit, and they even kill the Bristle. Alright.
Can they get more? Maybe with Sand King? Huh? Not gonna get.
I mean, the best thing that they can really hope for right now on MOUZ is a really quick Roche respawn. Potential for 10 seconds away, 2 people without buyback. Because if you're going to use 3 buybacks on your team, you got to get more than just one victorious team fight.
It's gonna make or break the game for them, and it looks like the game is broken. For them, that is. Roche will respawn in 1:30, which is just enough time for everyone to respawn on the other side. At least they're showing some strengths, right? Like some signs of life. MOUZ, like 2 very nice high ground defenses. Of course, the second time they had to expend, like you said, a lot of buybacks. Maybe bad kill here?
Possibly.
This is actually
Have
big
the
now,
buyback.
yeah.
Yeah. Should
Still
still be up for the next Roshan. I mean, the big thing that I'm really looking for, and he's almost got it, is the refresher on Sand King. 200 gold away, so it's not like this one and done sort of commit. And if he's able to get to level 25 before that next Roshan, that could really break the game open entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. If they could get another pick off as well with it before Rush even spawns, that would be massive too. Like, it's kind of nice when you're playing this kind of a game. You don't really understand how far behind you are or not. I mean, in this game, you kind of feel that you are far behind, so you have to play it fast, and that means that you need to get one pick off after another. If you could break AVULUS by getting another pick off, that would be massive. Maybe a way to come back into the match. They're only 5k behind, by the way, considering that they used 3 buybacks. It's not too terrible.
They don't necessarily have the greatest lineup to incredibly quickly take Roshan as well. They're all obviously not wanting to clump up inside such a small area too. If they go and check it right now, they'll get the respawn with about 20 seconds until Roshan starts to move. And I mean, if they don't do that, it just gives up so much of the control that they have of being able to play around their outpost. And I guess they don't have buybacks, so it's not as big of a deal. As they find... Who have they found here? Undying? Puts himself inside of his own tomb. It's a lot of damage finally coming out, but a double lasso. Hook misses. And they're able to CC them up through a lot of this control that they were supposedly having. Borrowed time still available. BKB still available on the Abaddon.
The song?
Trying to disrupt a little bit here, but is the follow-up existent? I don't know if it is. Bristle's slowly coming in, but Naga might just die if he commits here.
He's got Refresher, he's got Glimmer as well. Should be fine. Maybe another song soon?
Maybe. Just wants to get... Oh, here we go. Trying to get away from the
no
Cataclysm.
mana.
Needs to... Oh, he doesn't have mana. No mana to be able to get the next Song of the Siren off, and Timbersaw is being controlled by the Cold Snap and the Ice Wall. Very nicely done by mid one as they're looking to try and take out the Bristleback. There's a lot of his mana gone. They have another song.
Is this a good song though? They don't have Tombstone.
It's in 3 seconds. It's up right now. They wanted to drop it. Might need to use it defensively. Unable to save the Naga Siren. Drops it inside the pit. Will still be able to get the one. And he blinks forward, wanting more.
He's got buyback.
Going down here. Does. Oh, they're going to be able to get out on...
Oh, he's out.
Invoker just do. I don't think Salary is going to be as fortunate, though.
That's...
Ooh, he nearly died to his own lasso. Did Eki with that Lotus.
That's 3 heroes without buyback.
And Roshan is up. And you
And
know
Roshan.
about it.
Yeah, they have to go straight in it. This was such a good fight from MOUZ, considering. I mean, of course they lost it, but considering the state of the game, it was a nice pick-off on the Undying. Unfortunately for them, he had buyback, so he rejoins immediately. He definitely regrets not having a BKB earlier. I feel like Saberlight has been killed off a bit easier than expected many times because of it. But overall, they're in the best spot now.
The most unfortunate thing for me about the Sand King in particular is that Boom, after that fight, still not level 25. So by the time he respawns, he's not going to be as effective as you need. And I mean, this is into now a cheese, another refresher for Bristleback. So he's going to have the second life, the BKB, double Satanic if he needs it. It's pretty devastating. But he is walking forward towards the Ava. Needs to be careful of his positioning, Chrysalis. That's an early borrowed time being expended, and he doesn't have refresher. So I guess it's just about biding time, not wanting to give up mega creeps. Give yourself a little bit and hope that the
Oh, they're losing megas.
Snap right, there they are. It was either do it then or do it later, I think.
Oh, maybe they aren't.
Boom coming in. They are going to try and just full-on commit for this Rax. I mean, Smiling Knight is slowly walking forward, trying to take it out.
Crystallis is gone.
They have Dismember up in 8. Crystallis is gone, though, like you said. Doesn't have the buyback, a full 2 minutes away. Pops the BKB, so he's not going to lose his mana. They get the Mega Creeps, and they're going to be able to, most likely, finish up this game. Good use of the Flame Break as well, just pushing them back. Yeah, this game feels done.
They're still defending.
Yeah. By Boom.
Walker.
Undying still lives.
He's got Refresher in 5. Can he actually...
He's just baiting him. He wants to kill him inside of his fountain. Oh, the soul-breaking way to be able to end the game. Just up on the high ground, Smiling Knight. He's feeling himself, and you got to feel for mid 1 because he went 15, 4, and 16 on this Invoker. Not necessarily the build that we were expecting him to go. Really, much more of that right-clicker. Really wanted to scale into that Aghanim Scepter plus Refresher as quickly as possible. I think it just took away a lot of the tempo that they needed him to give in the early stages of the game. No Vessel really